where it's kind of like if you are getting bullied by that person, you kind of deserve it. Would Superior do well versus Crawford Canelo winner? No. If each race had to choose a champion for a Hunger Games, who do you think should represent each? White's Tom Aspinall. Easy. You can't call Dipset. We've already got him. We've already got Tom Aspinall. We choose Tom. And for everyone else, so that'd be Ngannou for black people for sure, right? Ngannou for black people. Aspinall for white people. For Asians, they ain't got a fucking shot if we're pulling out them dogs. You know what I'm saying? If whites and blacks are pulling out Aspinall and Ngannou, good fucking luck. You know what I'm saying? That's all I'm saying to anyone else. Mexico, I guess, would have to bring out Dominic Reyes. Even though he's from America, but yeah. Dominic Reyes. Or Prime Kane. Maybe Prime Kane. Are we doing primes? We can do primes. Asians. Yeah, Dagestan is in Asia, but a continent doesn't make a race. So Asians. Yeah, Dagestan, Habib. They only make tiny ones. Or Ankalaev. And then I don't know what the fuck Indians are going to do. I guess Jabli. Put Jabli in there against all our dogs. And I don't know. Yeah, maybe trying to contend Zhang Wei Li, yeah. That's true. Aspinall's going to need a wife in this Hunger Games world that we're in. You got to consider that as well. And then India's got Anshul Jabli. What else? I don't know what else. It's hard other than that. What other races of human are there? What about the irrelevant ones? Samoans, I guess, Taffa. Justin Taffa, I guess. They can be in the mix there. Thank you for the $5. $2. Impression of Connor giving you tips to deal with coke nose. Mate, you're talking to co-workers about COVID, how was it for you? Anyone else kind of just didn't... You know what? Yeah, my life didn't even change during the pandemic, you know. I don't know. COVID sort of came about and I stayed inside. I didn't really do anything. I don't want to admit to anything in case the UK can arrest you for it, but I don't know. I didn't really change anything, man. I was fine. I didn't get vaccinated. I didn't get none of it. No jab, no booster, no nothing. No one in my family really did at all, and nothing really happened to any of them. I didn't know a single person that died. So we had a whole family. I had friends, family, friends, my friends' whole family, their friends' whole family, another friend of mine's whole family from a different school that I grew up in, and had another friend from my sixth form and none of his family. So no one at all died in my vicinity. At all. So I just didn't even acknowledge it, to be honest with you, and didn't bother getting the vaccine or anything. No one I knew did. No one I knew got a vaccine, and I knew a lot of people back then before the pandemic. Thank you very much for the $2. Impression of Satan greeting John Jones in hell. Even my nan got COVID. She's like 80, and she had like a problem in her lungs when she was younger, and she firmed it. So I don't know. Thank you for the £2. Impression of Satan greeting John Jones in hell. What's up, Johnny boy? Kayla Harrison, is that you? No, it's me, Satan. Thank you for the $2. Tonight's the night. He does. He really, really does. Thank you for the 10 Canadian dollars. You see libs crying about Sydney Sweeney. They jealous she's a good-looking white woman and they just don't look like her, so they call her a Nazi. And all right, I don't know if it's all that. The way I see it is like, I don't know, the wrath of the self-hating, ugly, fat, white bitches is really done a number. I think, honestly, chat, yes or no, in history, I think there's going to be a chapter about the self-hating wrath of the fat, ugly, white bitch. I swear to God, I think there's genuinely going to be a chapter in the history books. We need to start writing the history books. I know you may think that's what Twitter is, but we need a legitimate history book to start writing it. Because we need a whole chapter on the self-hating destruction of the fat, ugly, white bitch. That's what it has got to be. They hate themselves so much that they just can't imagine Sydney Sweeney having a fucking, what's it called? A feature that she's proud of and she likes about herself. Even if you are to just take it as face value and it's nothing to do with jeans, the clothing, and she is just saying, I have blonde hair, blue eyes. I think that's hot. There's nothing wrong with that. You know what I mean? You gotta be a self-hating fucking bitch to find something wrong with that. Is it just me or is MVP definitely a welterweight? Yeah, he is a welterweight. He doesn't look too big. Ultimate discipline. Should Arman lose his spot in the rankings as a statement punishment since he's just refusing to fight? Should Arman lose his spot in the rankings as a statement punishment since he's just refusing to fight? No, I just... Fucking bottom line, him versus Pimlet, October, co-main event of the Aspinall versus Garn pay-per-view. Take it or leave it, the pair of them. The UFC needs to start putting their foot down and start bullying fighters again. Yes or no, chat? We've done it. The UFC fighters and the UFC media were talking about the fighters deserve more rights. The fighters deserve more rights. Worst mistake ever. You don't deserve fucking rights. That's what you've proven to us, UFC fighters. If there's anything that the past year of the UFC have proven us, you guys need less fucking freedom. End of discussion, because you've ruined the sport with it. Fighters getting their own way has ruined the sport in the past year. So they had their chance. They had their chance. Nope. Back under lock and key. They get nothing. They get no rights, no freedom, no choice. Do it or you're out. We need to get back to that sort of methodology. That's what we need to get back to. Fighters complained about wanting freedom for so long, they ruined the sport the second they got it. Fucking no more. They had their chance. They had their chance, and that's it. Done. Should pay them less. Well, clearly they're overpaid. If Arman can show up a year and 4 months in, and that's the only time he's worked in the past year and 4 months, dude's clearly overpaid. Half the pay. End of discussion. Thank you for the membership sent. I appreciate you. I think if Conor locks in, he easily beats Chandler. His styles in his prime would be ideal to beat him. I think he easily beats Chandler as well. I think he might still push for that now, to be honest with you. Thank you for the €6. Guru, keep an eye out for Rafael. Usyk is even going to be on his resume. It might be, but I don't know if it will be. But yeah, I can see JDM maybe having a Makachev, and then any top name at welterweight right now is really good. I would have loved it if he would have beaten Edwards first and then got his title shot against Bilal and won. That would have been way better. But it's fair. Can Asakura beat Pantoja? Kayasa. No. Are you mixing up Asians? You mean Taira? No, Taira can't beat Pantoja either. But it'll be a close fight. I reckon it'll be a close decision. Impression of CTE Volk noticing things with Paddy. That's it. I just got to see what would he notice about Paddy. That's it. What's up, Dakota Tacheva? I just thought I'd say you're pretty hot. Hang on a minute. That's not Dakota Tacheva. That's Paddy Pimlet. I'm sorry, I didn't recognize you. The tits threw me off. Did you already talk about Bidet not being re-signed? I did. It's an absolute fucking travesty, is what it is. It's a disgrace. It's an absolute disgrace. Impression of Yuri eating cereal too soon. It scratches the top of his mouth and he feels disrespected, then destroys the box of Frosted Flakes. Oh, me. Hey! Hey! Thank you for the 5. Some shit like that, man. Why do you keep saying Paddy versus Arman? Paddy will lose, unfortunately. Let's do Paddy versus Gaethje, Oliver. No! Shut up! And make Paddy Arman for a title shot. Why does no one want that? That is so perfect. Guaranteed fresh, good opponent for Ilya. Shut up. Paddy Arman. Why is everyone against that idea? Everyone's against that idea. Even though you guys are saying Arman's going to beat Pimlet. Feels like you guys don't... You think Pimlet will beat him. I don't get it. I think Arman's going to beat Pimlet. Make the fucking fight. So if Arman beats Pimlet, he becomes a star, and then he goes into Ilya fight as the dog of the division, who's also a star, fresh off a massive win with massive relevancy over Pimlet, and then we get a super fight. And if Pimlet wins, it's even bigger of a fight. That's perfect matchmaking. Thank you for the $2. Dude, you say Arman's going to smoke Paddy. He probably will, but dude, Arman got rocked by fucking Joaquim Silva. Badly rocked. Really badly rocked. Like, he's had moments in fights where he's shown weakness. Anyone trying to go to Benoit Saint-Denis' memorial next month? No. No one's trying to go to that shit. I'll tell you that much for free. Pop, 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 pop. Pop, 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 pop. Thank you for the $2. Think Zabit would have been in Ilya's position if he stayed. Shut the fuck up. You've been watching... last time I checked, Ilya Topuria wasn't dying in the 3rd round against Damon Jackson, looking up at the clock, begging there not to be any more time. Because he was about to be finished. No. Shut up about Zabit. You've been watching Dexter? You've been humming the theme song? Yeah, I keep seeing YouTube shorts of Dexter. I don't know why. If Boars evens out his pace and focuses on winning a decision with his grappling, does he beat DDP? No, I don't think he... I think this slight adjustment makes him unstoppable. I don't. I think he needs to be all fucking on the gas, non-stop. I disagree. I think if Chimaev slows himself down, he will become a regular grappler mix-up. I don't think... Dude, Chimaev's not all that on the feet. He plods in and jabs and throws like wicked like hooks that he barely turns over. I don't think he is, no. I don't think that would help. I think he needs to go for the early finish. Impression of Pedro getting anxiety around Kayla. I just suspiciously don't want to touch this one because she's ugly. So my anxiety is going to do something else. Live look at Guru. I've already read it. You don't like Armin because you like Paddy, and you like Paddy because he is white, a colonizer. Ooh, Sherlock Holmes in chat. No, that's not why. Why would... If I liked Paddy, I wouldn't want him matched up with Armin. I do like Paddy. But if my intentions for matchmaking were because I liked Paddy, I wouldn't be making him match up with Armin. I'd be having the argument of, oh, Ilya, Paddy should fight for the title. Or Paddy should just fight Gaethje. I want Armin versus Pimlet. That's the big fight. Thank you for the $7 Canadian. Impression of Rogan, fucking John. And also, if you want to talk about colonizer, dude, go back in whose history, who's done more wrong, Armin's family history or Pimlet's. Good odds it's Armin's. Impression of Rogan, fucking John, talking about calf kick. I don't know.
Oh, you're having trouble on that leg, folks.
DDP still avoid. Yeah. I do know that song. But I'm better at French. Remember when O'Malley almost messed up the script, but that tard had to save it by shooting a takedown and doing nothing with it? Oh, yeah, when O'Malley messed up the script by slipping over. Dude, O'Malley, yeah. I'm just going to say it, chat, yes or no. Does not rise to the occasion. Dude slips over in the biggest moments so much, you know. It's actually insane how often O'Malley slips onto his ass in very important moments in fights. Impression of John Jones discovering Peyton Tabit. Fucking...
Oh my very own prodigy.
Weasel said Habib easy beats Olive. Armin, thank you for the $2. I don't think that's true at all. Khabib never fought anyone in the UFC with a takedown defense the level of Armin, or the jiu-jitsu the level of Oliveira. You can't say that. Bro picked 3 Malley twice. You. O'Malley's only win is Aljo. That's true. He also has a win over Yan, though. Chat! The Yan fight wasn't a robbery, unless you're calling it a robbery because of O'Malley cheating and fouling. If you actually score the fight, I don't think it was that bad of a robbery. O'Malley was doing his thing in the 3rd round. The only way it's a robbery is because O'Malley was cheating. I made a whole video about it before my 2nd channel got taken down. It got like 400k views. It was called O'Malley cheating 9 times against Peter Yan. He grabbed the cage 3 times. He eye poked him twice, and he grabbed the glove like 3 times as well. Boy, hang on a minute. What is this? Bulge in your shorts. I don't like it. Thank you for the 5. Boxing Twitter hates your takes. Shit's too funny. Chat, watch back fucking Muhammad Ali versus whatever the fuck the other one's name was. Shit! Dog shit, dude. Dog shit. It's black unks living in the past. That's all boxing fans are. Old head black guys in America going,
y'all went around in Ali versus Frazier. Don't even talk about Usyk in the same sentence as them.
and I'm like, dude, I'm watching the fucking fight of Ali and Foreman. They're dog shit. They don't move their fucking feet. They don't have no footwork. They're tired and fucking exhausted in round 8. They're throwing like fucking retards. Ali's not moving his fucking head. Ali was old at the time. He's 32. Usyk's 38 years old. It was in high heat. It was in high heat, dude. Usyk fights in Saudi Arabia. In a fucking desert. In a metal fucking tin box. In the middle of a fucking desert. Come on, man. Watching back their fights compared to the highlights is so funny, dude. Because Usyk fucking schools him. That's picked up some steam on Twitter. I didn't realize that got so much attention. Dude, the way I'm looking at this Ali versus Foreman, dude, Usyk would fucking school them. Usyk would absolutely destroy these guys the way they're throwing punches. This is fucking embarrassing. The video I'm watching right now, I'm looking right now. You can't convince me what my eyes are. You can't convince me out of what my eyes are seeing. Ali and Foreman throwing punches like fucking retards. Ali would match Usyk's speed. Ah! I don't want to hear. No. Enough. 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 I'm done. I'm done. I'm done. I'm done. I'm done. Ali before jail. Oh, when he was fighting schmucks. Okay. I'm done. I'm done. I'm done now. There's no point arguing with boxing fans. Usyk schools all of them, dude. I don't want to fucking hear it. Usyk schools every single one of them, dude. Honestly, it hurts. It hurts having this argument. Usyk's the best heavyweight of all time. Don't know if he's the greatest. He ain't achieved the most, but he's the best. He'd beat all of them. Is it true BJJ only works when the receiver believes... Wait, I've missed a lot. I need these parlays to hit, Guru. I got rent due soon. If they don't, you're getting touched like how Makayev did Cap. Don't drag my trousers down, please. Thank you for the $5. I appreciate you. Is it true BJJ only works when the receiver believes in it? Yes. No, not BJJ only works when the receiver believes in it. Leg locks only work if your opponent believes in them. If your opponent doesn't believe in leg locks, then they don't exist. And they can't be used at all. Learning about sport evolution. Don't say it like that's easy when everyone is arguing against my take. Usyk scores a lot of them. Maybe I shouldn't have said Derek Chisora knocks out both. But the Usyk take is absolutely true. That Chinaman that KO'd Wilder would kill them old boxers. Zhilei Zhang, I agree. Khabib versus Tony, Islam versus Topuria, or Jones versus Tom? Khabib versus Tony, Islam versus Topuria, or Jones versus Tom? Khabib, Topuria, Tom. Thank you for the $2. Foreman holds up, won a belt at like 46. Yeah, that just goes to show how good they were back then. 46-year-old George Foreman was plodding around in a ring. Dirty. Like Lenny from Of Mice and Men trying to catch some fucking rabbits in the ring, dude. If that don't tell you how good the boxing heavyweights were back then, that 46-year-old George Foreman took a belt, I don't know what does. I really don't, dude. That's won the argument. They were way better back then. If a 46-year-old won a fucking heavyweight title. Thank you for the $10, Owen. You've made it clear you think Ali and Tyson are horrible fighters and they would lose to average fighters today. Do you think that applies to lower weight classes, such as would Crawford smoke Ray Leonard? I don't know if it applies to lower weight classes. I feel like Pacquiao could clean up shop at a lot of those lower weight classes against a lot of those opponents for sure. So I don't know, because Pacquiao's coming back now and competing, so it is what it is. Staring at girls' ass in the gym snapped me out of it. Blah, 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 blah. Thank you for the $5 proper. Power slap is dumb, and I hate how it's